I think the second contribution that immediately comes to mind has to do a lot with the practical aspects of the tools of leading in the social sectors. And the practical aspect, one of the things that's so useful is, for example, having the 5 questions tool, right? Where you give people a very concrete, grounded tool that allows them to be effective. And this idea of it's not just going to remain at a kind of a high philosophical level, but it really happens at a very practical level. And oh, by the way, we're going to help you with that practical level, I think is another big piece of its contribution. So you have putting it on the agenda front and center, and then giving people tools in once they've accepted it as central to the agenda or they themselves are leading. I think the third is creating a place where social sector leaders learn from each other in kind of a connected web, where business leaders learn from social sector leaders learn from business leaders, where they learn social sector leaders from each other, and that kind of connecting point. And of course, Frances, as you know, is a consummate connector. Right? She makes linkages that you would think, who would put those two people together? But there's a certain genius to that, right, of those connections. And I think in a sense that's what we have as a web of interconnections, and that is a self-reinforcing system and also one that's very resilient.